boom, and really loud. And about a minute later, somebody came running down the trail and said, we need some help. We've been hit by lightning.
20 years ago, after a lightning strike tragically killed a young Boy Scout, a new book drive is honoring his memory. Officials said the troop was prepared and in safe shelter, but there was nothing they could have done to prevent the death of 15-year-old Paul Osler.
News specialist Shelby Lofton spoke with one of his closest friends beside him that tragic night in August of 2005. In a story you will only see on KSL, she shares how Paul's life and legacy being carried on today. Shelby?
Mike and Deanie, this is a freak accident that many Utahns can recall even decades later. Matt Edwards was just 13 when his best friend Paul was killed when he was struck by lightning, and he's carried that grief for years. But this year, on the 20th anniversary of that tragic incident, he's sharing a more positive version of Paul with the community. As Matt Edwards walks through a bookstore with his young family, he imagines what his late best friend's life would have looked like.
They're asking about Paul. There's pictures in there of kind of telling Paul's stories.
20 years ago, 15-year-old Paul Osler died in a freak accident.
It knocked me out, so I didn't hear anything, didn't see anything, didn't feel anything.
A bolt of lightning hit their cabin at a Boy Scouts camp in the Uintas.
I think the electricity went up my sleeping bag zipper, but I think it kind of contracted my muscles.
Edwards remembers seeing people crowded around Paul. Then he was rushed to the hospital.
That's when they said, hey, there's this accident. One person has died. I was like, it's got to be Paul.
No, just a brilliant kid.
Paul's mother, Teresa Osler, now lives in North Carolina. She remembers the incident vividly.
It's a place of destruction, but it's also a sacred place.
She and Edwards have returned to the cabin.
There's still lightning. Burns.
After his death, Paul's family gathered and passed along books for readers around the world. Reading was one of his favorite pastimes.
He said, I sat by a boy who doesn't like to read, and he found one of his favorite books. And he just knew in his heart that if he took that book to his friend, that his friend would love reading.
Edwards says he struggled with Paul's death for years, but when he saw his own children showing an interest in books, he came up with Paul's Pages.
We are asking for new or gently used books to be donated.
They partnered with Granite School District for the book drive.
And it'll give books directly to kids that they can bring into their home, and then used books, they go into kind of a teacher resource pool.
Teresa says it's the perfect tribute to her son. She's grateful Paul is still known as a difference maker.
He would want those kids to know that reading makes a difference. Reading can help you become the person you want to be.
And if you want to take part in Paul's Pages, you can drop off new or gently used books here at the King's English Bookshop in Salt Lake City. You can also Venmo Matt Edwards. We have his information in the story on KSLTV.com. That money sent to Venmo will help buy children some books. I'll send it back to you.
Great way to keep his legacy going on. All right, Shelby, thank you.